Maybe I am just becoming an angry old man. Maybe I'm just very bored with a lot of these microbrands, these homage brands, and a lot of revived brands making boring remakes of historical watches. Well, the feeling I had when I first saw the Wolbrook Remake, when the watch company, which was founded in 1949, was re-established by a French company. They made the first Skindiver, a watch that was released in 1960s, early 1960s. I was a bit tired. I thought 100 meters of water resistance, it looked a bit cheap. And also the movement, come on. You had a chance to actually revive a very original, cool dive watch, which inspired a much more expensive dive watch. And then you chose to make a cheap version. The next version was better, 150 meters of water resistance, some improvements, and now we have the Skindiver II, and this is when I actually decided to buy this watch for myself, because Wolbrook Skindiver II is everything I wanted with a budget remake of a historical watch. This is with very good upgrades. If you want to see the packaging of this watch, you can have a look at the video down in the description. I will also leave a little picture at the end of this video you can click if you want to see everything you get in the box. This is the full review, so let's get into all the details. Wolbrook watches was started in 1949, as I mentioned, and this watch, the Skindiver, was released in the early 1960s. So the interesting thing is that a lot of people, when they saw the remake, they were accusing Wolbrook watches of actually copying the dial layout and the design of the Glashütte original SeaQ. But actually the truth is that it's the other way around, because the predecessor to the SeaQ was released in 1969 by Glashütte Original, the German watch company based in Glashütte in eastern Germany. That is several years after the first Wolbrook Skindiver watch. So who copied who? Who were inspired by whom? This is of course the other way around. This very cheap watch actually did inspire a watch that is much more expensive. This watch is priced at around $600 US. The Skindiver II, you can find different versions. It's more expensive on a bracelet. I opted for the tropical rubber strap. You can also buy one of the earlier versions. They are priced between $400 and $500 US if you don't want the upgrades. I'm going to tell you the upgrades just in a few seconds here in the video. So it's very interesting that a $600 watch actually did inspire a $10,000 watch. And of course the quality is not the same, but with the Skindiver II upgrades you get a lot of very nice upgrades. First of all, they added crown guards. I'm not a huge fan of this. I would prefer for a vintage inspired dive watch not to have crown guards, but it is an improvement because it does protect your crown. They did a really nice upgrade with the movement, moving from a Citizen Miyota 8315 budget movement, not a bad movement, but a little bit of a too cheap movement for a watch with historical value like this, and onto a Citizen Miyota 9015 automatic high beat movement. This beats at 28,800 revolutions per hour, 4 Hz. It has 42 hours of power reserve, and as you can see on your screen now, it's very accurate, plus 4 seconds. That is because Wolbrook watches, they source all the parts from Asia, but they do assemble, quality control, test, and regulate the watches in France, so you get a very high quality watch. Another really nice upgrade is that, as you see here with the writing here, you get 200 meters of water resistance, 20 atmospheres. That is 50 meters more than the latest before this iteration, and 100 meters more than the first remake of the Skindiver. You get a small date here between 4 and 5, so they did a lot to actually hide the date, and they color matched it. I really do like this date function. It's really nice to have, but getting older, maybe more angry, it's a bit of a nuisance for me to actually read the date. But if you want to have a date, it's really nice that they do make it so anonymous to blend into the whole design. They did remove a lot of text from the dial, so just Wolbrook below 12 o'clock. Skindiver II, 20 atmospheres, 200 meters of water resistance. That's really nice because it gives it a really vintage and a very clean look on the dial. And then they did change some of the numerals because you had other numeral types on the previous version, as you can see on your screen now. I don't have any pluses or minuses for the previous version or this one. I think it's very befitting with 3, 6, 9 and 12. Now a little more details about the watch. So it does measure 39.8 millimeters from side to side, not 40 as Wolbrook states, and that's nice because it becomes a little bit smaller. 48 millimeters from lock tip to lock tip, 20 millimeter lock opening so you can easily put on other straps. And then you get a height of 13 millimeters, which is very befitting for a vintage inspired 200 meter water resistant dive watch. And I can testament that it's water resistant because I brought the watch into the pool with my daughter yesterday and it's still running, so definitely more than 5 meters of water resistance. You get lume filled hour markings and lume in the hands, as well as this really cool lume pip here at 12 o'clock. Let's just have a look at the BGW9 Super Luminova. So the bezel insert is also a highlight for me. 120 clicks. Not the highest quality in the sound and the clicks, but absolutely no play. Super sturdy, super easy to grip. And everything aligns. You can't even be sure that if you buy a $2,000 SeaQ, everything aligns. So this is also really nice. And I really do like that it's black PVD treated stainless steel, raised sapphire crystal with AR treatment on the underside. I do think that the AR treatment is pretty good on this watch. The case is very vintage with brushing on the sides, drilled lock holes, a very straight line here with the case, so it's also very easy to find other straps. You don't get any kind of rounding. A crown, which is approximately 6 millimeters in diameter, very easy to operate, and signed screw-down crown. It is not the best of tactile feeling when you wind one of these citizen movements. It's not super smooth, but it's very accurate, very easy to operate, very easy to screw back in, and that's what you want. Nice chamfering on the case. You see here, this little detail, that's just these small attention to details is what I really like and why I'm getting a little bit of faith back in smaller brands and remakes. Really cool case back here. It is maybe limited. I didn't read anything about it, but you do see that they state that it's a limited watch. The rubber strap is amazing. Really, really great. Super soft. Signed Wolbrook. And you actually do get an additional strap of your choice free if you buy one of these watches now. This is my own watch, so this is not a sponsored video. It came on the black one, which is also a really cool look, but I do prefer the green. It kind of just gives it a little more of a military look. Really high quality, super soft. Only complaint, they smell a lot of vanilla and I don't really like my watch straps smelling. And talking about watch straps, this video is sponsored by MONTREUX watch straps. This is a newer American FKM premium rubber strap company. Really great straps. I got one of their straps here. This is a 20 millimeter wide. I don't have a black or a green, but if you want a different look than the tropical, maybe a little more of a more classic look, then this strap could actually be a really cool strap for the watch. And maybe just put on a white strap to have a very big contrast towards the bezel here. Top quality straps, nice prices. You can find the link toward MONTREUX's website down in the description. Also, you can find a review of their straps. I'm leaving a link to that as well as the unboxing video of this one. Maybe you could also put on one of these parachute straps. That would also give it a really rugged military look. Now, if you don't like this black version with the kind of radioactive green lume, you can also get a no-date version with an aged old radium lume, or you can get a version with a blue dial and a stainless steel bezel. The watch wears really nicely on my 17.5 centimeter wrist, and as you can see now it weighs approximately 89 grams, so it's definitely not a heavy watch. It's not super small, although it's less than 40 millimeters, and that's maybe because of the case design. This very straight case design. and also because it is actually 48mm from lock tip to lock tip. But I do really enjoy wearing this watch. I've been wearing it a lot since I bought it. I can definitely recommend this watch. I would have wished that they actually didn't have the crown guards. That is a bit of an annoyance. Not too much. It is a plus because it protects the crown, but it is a bit of an annoyance. Other than that, I must say with $600 in price, with the history of the Wolbrook Skindiver and the sister company Douglas, this is a really nice quality watch. I would any day spend $300 more instead of getting one of these boring homage watches or one of these boring steel dive watches or whatever you buy on AliExpress or whatever that place is called. Boring, generic. This has history and they did some really cool upgrades. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon again. Thank you. Bye.